let's change gears here a little bit and talk about like the game, like the wider game, right? You mentioned Modric was one of the players who kind of tried to engineer a game. To, oh, now,
Now that I'm slower.
yeah. But who are your guys' heroes or looked up to coming up in the game? Was it Clint Dempsey, Legend Donovan?
Oh no,
Oh
no.
man.
Maybe that's a TJ thing. I'm a foreigner, so I can't relate.
I
But
did like that rap song that
man, that's a good question, man.
Probably just the cliche. Ronaldo was
Number
was
9
inspired
Brazilian or CR7?
CR7.
CR7. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's
Just an
impressive.
inspiring guy. Works hard.
Yeah, that's definitely my guy. Like his work rates, he's just his attitude. People love and hate for it, but he's just a phenomenal player. My goat.
Yeah, I mean, mine was Ronaldinho, man.
Mm,
Master of the ball, had a smile on his face,
yeah.
humble guy. I mean, just brilliant on the ball. I mean, and his career as well. I mean, played everywhere. So, Ronaldinho was my influence for sure, by
I
far.
think that's who got me into the game. But the attitude, the one I related to the most was just Ronaldo. He was so hungry.
Oh yeah.
And I saw always when me and him have chats about soccer or football. He likes Rooney and the guys. I'm just like, they're not hungry enough. I like players who really,
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Ronaldo's.
Dedicated every second of his life to soccer. It seems like
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
What? You should have gone out here and running talk.
You're right.
Let's talk about teams. What teams do you guys support?
I'm a huge Liverpool fan, man.
Liverpool.
Since '08, if
I
I
don't know if we
remember.
can get along.
Hey man, I love
no.
Liverpool. I love
know,
the
feel
passion.
that. Yeah, we have a hard time getting along. We talk about Premier League stuff.
Who do you support?
Vaguely Man United.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I
They're
said
vaguely.
put that word in there because of how bad they're doing.
Yeah, they're so bad right now.
Yeah.
He's with the times. Depends on the time.
Yeah, I'm a fair weather fan. For sure.
Fair weather. Okay. I feel that. Were you there during their prime? Or when was it? Ages ago? 15 years ago?
Grew up in that era, so that's why I like them.
Yeah.
Grew up in that era. Got all their shirts.
Yeah.
Tons of those shirts. Yeah.
Okay, so you look up to Alex Ferguson then?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the best manager all
I
time?
know a lot about him.
I mean, he was definitely man management. I would say for sure. I think he exemplified man management, how he takes care of his players, how to humble them at the same time. Because I mean, look at the current situation now. We won't get too much into it, but you look at Ten Hag. He comes in thinking he can kind of boss him around, and I don't think it's working as well as he thought it would. And that's kind of going against him. So I think man management. I think he's up there. I think him and Jurgen Klopp in that regards. In terms of tacticians, Pep. I mean, is up there by far. You got Pep. You got Pep is definitely up there. I think Ancelotti as well. Carlo Ancelotti is my favorite, to be honest, other than Jurgen Klopp. But just a real quiet guy, but uses his words wisely. Really good tactician of the game, in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, look at the trophies he's won. Real Madrid, right?
Yeah, he's not done too bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course, I'm Madrid, the best team in the world. What can I say? But is that so? Is that which game do you model? You play, like your game as a coach. Who do you model the games?
Like philosophy, Mars?
Yeah, philosophy.
TJ, you want to go
No
first?
idea. No idea.
And-
Yeah, maybe 10 I don't know, but it's obviously not a good one to model yourself.
No, he played some beautiful football at Ajax and in the start of the United career.
Right.
But
High press soccer.
yeah.
Yeah.
More like, like with the Onana thing that he did, where he's probably the most attacking-minded goalkeeper that I've ever seen, and he plays like a lone center back sometimes. So that was like a really unique thing, and I always admire when team coaches try and change the game like that, and try and revolutionize the sport.
Yeah.
Like the PKs that I don't know whoever invented it, but the hop before the PK.
Oh.
That was a new thing.
San
Like,
Martino?
I wasn't around when I was a kid, so seeing people like revolutionize the sport is inspiring, and that's
Yeah.
I find it entertaining at the very least.
Fair answer, man. I think
Yeah.
For me personally, I'd say it's a mix between Pep and Jurgen Klopp.
Mm,
I like the possession, but possession with purpose. Not that Pep doesn't do it, but I think possession with purpose. But then when we get the ball forward, we're nasty. We're kind of creating chaos.
yeah.
You
Do you
know,
want the high press as well?
no, because that's maybe at a higher level, yes, but even at that point, it's very hard to train that, and it takes time. You really need. I mean, we tried it with our guys at one point. I think I tried it with the Bearings, but
Yeah.
it's just getting into that mentality. You always got to be pressing at the right moment. It's just not pressing, pressing, pressing till you win it. It's pressing in the right moments. Who you
In
can
the
pick
right
up,
shape and stuff.
right
Yeah.
shape. Who's our target? If it's the left back that has a bad touch when he receives it, or he doesn't look confident enough, then we go, okay, we'll
Yeah.
target that left back. So there's so much into it more than just going in a run at the defender. So maybe more like a mid block.
Okay.
So not a high press, not a high block or a low block, kind of in the middle, where we're not giving them too much time, but at the same time we want to press in those right moments. But it's very tough to do. Very tough to do.
All right. Well, I mean, I've gotten a good idea of who you guys are and what the vision is. We'll play a little quick little game before we
All right.
wrap up here. It's called This or That. All right. We'll start with Scholes, Lampard, and Gerrard. Who do you guys prefer? Who's the player you choose between the three, or like maybe rank them actually?
So you said
Scholes,
Skulls.
Lampard, Gerrard.
I think, I'm just gonna be objective about it. Gerard's definitely the best out of those
He
three.
is. You
Yeah.
reckon?
Lampard is probably second, and then Skulls.
Really? Wow. Okay, I'm shocked,
Do
man.
numbers matter? Because I think Lampard had better numbers out of them all.
Oh, really? Well, I could see. I was gonna say Lampard and Gerard are probably close. Yeah.
Scholes, I was gonna say
Scholes is
last,
third, bro.
man.
Scholes is
Jeez.
third. I keep telling you.
Oh man, that's tough, man. I mean, I'm gonna be biased and try to be objective, but Gerard, I just think wherever we put him
Mm,
in his prime, and you can play at a 6, play as a 10, an 8.
yeah.
I mean, you can't disregard the Torres Gerard era. I mean,
Yeah.
those two were nasty, man.
And I feel like put the team on his shoulders, and he just could do it.
Right, and that's the whole
Easy.
debate. That's the whole debate. Is they all had different situations. Gerard was the main man there, and
Yeah.
we can argue Scholes wasn't the main man. He was part of the core, but he wasn't the one that they relied on all the time. They had the other guys as well, so more
Alright.
situational than anything. But I would say Gerard, Scholes, and then Lampard for me.
Alright, gotcha. Let's go then. Zidane or Ronaldinho?
So that's easy. Ronaldinho for me.
Ah,
Ronaldinho for me. Numbers wise, maybe Zidane, but
yeah,
Those
Zidane,
are
but
different players, in my opinion.
yeah, different players, but entertaining. Zidane was entertaining in his own way.
absolutely,
Actually, yeah.
absolutely, in their own regards, man. Both were entertaining.
Yeah, I would say Ronaldinho probably. But that's really tough.
It's
They're
tough.
like neck and neck.
Yeah, it's close,
Okay, which Ronaldo? R9 or Cristiano?
man.
Easy.
Cristiano.
Okay.
I'm torn, man. Yeah, I mean CR7. I think, in my opinion, too,
Yeah.
just because the additional attributes he has compared to the original Ronaldo. Don't take anything from the original Ronaldo,
Yeah.
Nazario, as they call him, but
Look how Cristiano takes care of himself in his old age. Too.
Yeah.
right.
So I admire his dedication to his health.
Yeah, I mean, guy's gonna play until 60, 70 years old, man. You get a walking stick, walking
It
football.
keeps going. I saw his other goal recently for Portugal. He was outrunning defenders. I'm like, bro, you're 38. Slow down.
Yeah.
You're 39. All right, this last one, which always has to come, Messi or Ronaldo. You have to elaborate, like maybe one sentence as to why.
I would say only negative things about Messi if I had that language.
Okay.
I'm torn, man. I could never pick the side. I would just say I'd admire both of them, and we'll never see players like that again that have been so dominant. I think if you're looking at numbers wise, Messi, of course. How many Ballon d'Ors? 8 at this point. And he won a World Cup.
A couple of questionable ones.
Couple
but
of questionables. Yeah.
I was gonna say, Barcelona, weren't they bribing referees during all
There
those
was
years?
something like
Oh.
that. There was, but okay, let's not get into the weeds.
Hey, let's be controversial.
Yeah.
Controversial is more viral. This kid.
That's what happens, right?
I like that, TJ. I like
Messi
that.
sucks. All right, but anyway, Messi's in America now, right?
Right.
What does that move mean for the country, the nation? What does it mean for football in this country?
Nothing. Absolutely
Nothing.
nothing other than to sell tickets and say they got Messi here. Absolutely. In my opinion, that's
Yeah.
just my 2 cents. But
Okay.
I think absolutely nothing because the way, again, if we want to get into the little nitty gritty details, the way we scout players and the where we pull players from is usually D1 colleges.
Yeah.
They're never going to come watch a UPSL game. They're never going to go watch maybe Soccer Rebellion, for example.
Yeah.
Just something more local or guys that aren't D1, you know. But you look at England, you look at Spain, you look in Scotland, you look wherever in Europe, you know, and they recruit guys from the fourth step, fifth step. You
Yeah.
know, they'll go down and they'll send scouts, you know. Look at the Jamie Vardy story, right? I know it's highly cliche to say, but you know, he came from what was it, the sixth division, and he was playing in the Prem.
He's like 27 when he his premiere.
Right, right. So it's like that's the difference, the scouting and how we approach player development, and talent pool, and it seems to be that the talent pool that they're going from are D1 college students and nobody else, you know. And I think that's what's ruining the culture here, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So I'm gonna say nothing, absolutely nothing. Long
Messi
story
does
short.
nothing for America.
Money,
That's
money.
a headline. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, and I just to keep going with that, I think MLS they're a bit bureaucratic,
Yeah.
and it seems to be more about money and markets than it is about communities. And that's something we're actively trying to change here in Grand Rapids as well. So,
You mentioned,
community approach.
yeah, you mentioned money. I feel like the pay to play system is probably not helping the game as well here,
Yeah.
because someone who can afford to pay all these expenses, what can they do really? You know?
Yeah. Oh, I know. And we have a scholarship program here at CAS, and we have donations set up through the website. So if anyone wants to help players
Yeah,
play
but-
soccer, go to the pass.soccer or passsoccerclub.com.
Okay.
But yeah, we're trying to do as much as we can. Think kind of new ideas in order to lower costs for players to play. Because that is unfortunately the system we live in.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons for that is that we don't have the same contracts and like royalty fees set up
Okay.
as they do over in Europe. Like when they sign a contract, it actually player development fees are come out of that, and they go towards the clubs,
Oh,
towards the youth clubs that develop the player.
I didn't know
Here
that.
we don't have that,
Yeah.
so that would be a source of funding that could replace the pay-to-play system if it ever got big enough. Contracts ever got big enough, but
Well, I don't think it's a contract necessarily. Unfortunately, again, it goes back to culture. Here, if over there, if you go, you know, you send your child to academy, blah 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 blah. They grow up and they go, hey, we want to sign him. They go, okay, perfect. But they go, oh, we want to transfer him over to another club. They go, oh, great. They won't hesitate. But here in America, they go, you want to do what with my child? You're gonna sell him, or is that some black market scheme? You know, that's the mentality here. They're
Yeah.
not used to that. We're like, oh yeah, we're gonna sign your son. We're gonna give him a
11
contract.
or something.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know we're gonna transfer him over to a club, and they're gonna get money off him. They're like, "We're gonna get money off him. Are you trafficking him?" You know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's some kind of labor laws as well here in the U.S. I think that was mentioned earlier this morning. People we were speaking with, but I think primarily it's that culture where it's like they're not used to being. Oh yeah, we sold this player to this club for 15 million. You know, and the parents go, "Oh, brilliant!" You know,
Yeah.
happy days. Here they go, "Whoa, you sold Johnny to who?" You know, like I don't want to sign up for that. You know, so.
I was gonna say actually when you're saying, I just thought of a different point when you're mentioning the Messi stuff. Even when David Beckham came here, he came and it was a big thing for like maybe a year or two. Then
Right.
he left, and the game didn't go as big. But now I'm also thinking with the World Cup coming in 2026, maybe that might be the turning point for the game.
I'm still doubtful. That's
Yeah.
just again my opinion. I'm still doubtful just because the way we run our system. You know, and I don't know if it's necessarily pay to play. There's so many other factors. You know, and culture being one of them. and it just
College.
college, yeah. And like I said, the way we scout, the way they send out scouts, the way they recruit players to MLS,
Like I
it's
said, pro franchises are set up really weird ways that kind of take power away from the communities as well.
right.
So
Just a
there's just
weird.
not a lot of like grassroots things here to build off of because it's not sustainable. The way
Yeah.
that the MLS and the USL set up their league, they basically own the team. They own the brand at least for the team, and you're actually kind of more buying a share in the league when you create a team and you have a team. So it's not like these teams are community owned or anything like that, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah, that's a bummer. But let's end on a higher note with the team. So with the next season, I know you guys have tryouts. You guys want to give a bit of information about that? Just tell the community, the players, what to expect, and the dates.
Yeah, I mean, we're planning on February. February, I can't remember the exact date. Is it 18th? But we're still working on that, so that's tentative
Okay.
at the moment. So that could or will change. We'll see. By a certain somebody over here, but we'll see where we land. But it will be in February. It'll be here at MSA Woodland, hopefully.
Okay.
Field behind us. Probably a late night, probably like 9 or 11 would be my guess. That's still in the works, but definitely a tryouts in February. I mean, we're looking for talent. We're looking for guys that are not only talented, but are willing to put in the work, willing to bring that energy, that positivity that we're looking for. And, as we always say in practices, it's like, can you change the game? Can you influence the game? You got to come on, whether that's a starting 11 or if you're coming off the bench at halftime. Can you come in and can you change the game? So we're looking for game changers, as cliche as that sounds, but all types of players that are just willing to work, willing to see the vision that we see, and I think that's the biggest thing. Just gotta believe in the project, believe in the project that we're doing, and that's really what it comes down to. Teach.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned what's website and then what's the social
Pass.soccer
medias. Yeah.
or passsoccerclub.com. And we have a Pass FC Pro page on the website.
Okay.
Also, Twitter handle is
Pass
Pass
FC
FC
Pro.
Pro.
Yep, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Yeah, follow us on there. We put content out as much as we can. Being an amateur side, as you know, it's difficult because
It's a lot of work.
yeah, we're a Swiss Army knives, man. We're groundsmen, we're kit managers, we're social media marketers, we're coaches, we're game day ops. And that's just amateur football. It is what it is. But
Yeah,
you learn something, and that that down the road will help. So
for sure, for sure. Well, that's been Addis and TJ joining us with the Real Bench Warmers. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you follow their pages. If you're a soccer player, make sure you come out there and you try out and show us what you got. But from here on, we're out and take care.
peace, see you guys.